Right to the glamour division of the 3-year-old Colts.
Yeah, so number 3, and by the way, I want to give an honorable mention to Javier Castellano. He got 4 wins yesterday, but it wasn't any of the really big races. So I know I put 4-win jockeys on here. Emerging Market, winner at Tampa Bay Downs in a maiden special race. He's a debuting son of Candy Ride. He went up against a Todd Pletcher trainee who was a power shift, who was very well met, even money, $1 million horse. Rapoli was there because Zaney was running. He had Renegade running in the Sam F. Davis as well. 96 fires, the fastest for a 3-year-old we've seen all weekend. We still have today to get by. But here he is on the outside, and he's got the measure of power shift, and Flavien Prat just gets him there, You see, he knows he's got him beat. If you get a chance, we don't have it here, go watch the jog back after that race. You want to talk about a very tight race for the Eclipse Award for jockey. Those two guys, Flavien Prat, Ira Ortiz Jr., their competitiveness, all you need to do is watch the jog back from that race for those two horses. They did not stop chirping at each other. That competitive fire is still burning fire.
And a solid 10 links back to third, and we have seen Always Dreaming break his maiden at Tampa early in the year. That was 10 years ago. So from a maiden special way to the big stakes action.
Yeah, we're going to go to Santa Anita. Plutarch winning the Robert B. Lewis Stakes. This is a very fast-paced early on. Remember, Intrepido, a Grade 1 winner at Santa Anita, as a 2-year-old in the American Pharaoh. But Plutarch with Florent Giroux. Welcome to California, full-time Florent Giroux. You're going to get yourself a Derby mount here with Plutarch. And a very hot contested pace. You've got Desert Gate, the favorite, who never made a mark in the back there. And Secured Freedom, seeing the Red Silks towards the back. He's going to win the gallop out. I think from the 4 Derby prep races we had this weekend, this will ultimately prove the most productive. Intrepido stuck on the inside, didn't give up, just Plutarch had a little bit of recency on him. And then you just see Secured Freedom late come up, boom, just nailed Desert Gate for third. All 3 of those horses from the top 3 in the trifecta of Robert B. Lewis. Watch out for them next out.
And we had that feature on Umberto, the exercise rider for Bob Baffert, and we kind of caught them as a little fly on the wall talking, and they thought that Plutarch might be the best horse in the barn. We showed that clip over the last month.
Yeah. Think about that. The best horse in the barn was Plutarch, a son of the champion mare Stellar Wind. Boy, did he look good there.
Now, you mentioned that you feel like going forward, the Bob Lewis could be the best of the efforts yesterday, but number 1 is going to be from the other 3-year-old race.
Boy, Todd Pletcher, he might have lost with power shift against Emerging Market, but Renegade, he came home in sub-6 seconds in the final 16th of that race. Explosive effort. Keep in mind, this is a maiden. He crossed the wire first in the maiden special weight against Paladin, who we'll see this coming weekend in the Risen Star. But in the Remsen, they faced off. Paladin lost a shoe. Renegade had a rough trip. They both had excuses. Look at Renegade just powering and powering and powering. Now, you can question, who did he beat behind him? He had a long shot that holds on for a second. The Puma didn't get a great trip. He's going to finish third. I don't care. Renegade deserves to be, if he wasn't already, he deserves to be in your top 5 for the Kentucky Derby because of that explosive kick that he has, the fact that as a maiden he wins a Derby prep, and if not for a steward's disqualification, he'd have 2 wins on it under his belt and a good second to Paladin, who right now for me is the number 1 horse for the Kentucky Derby.
And the 2 stakes winners have nearly identical pedigrees, both by End of Mischief, both out of a Curlin mare, and they both got the victory yesterday. And as for the Derby Trail, you mentioned the Risen Star coming up on Saturday, and that'll be the first true win in your end race.
Yeah, 50 points will be enough to put you in the Kentucky Derby starting gate. 25 is good enough to get you close if you don't already have points. Not the only Derby prep race coming up next week. We have 3 of them. We have the Sunland Derby. That field draws later on today. That'll be next week, Sunday. And how about the Saudi Derby? Now, that is part of the European Middle East Road to the Derby, so the horses who get points there are going to be in their own separate leaderboard compared to what we have stateside. But 3 Derby preps coming up this weekend. You've got Paladin versus the Lecomte winner, Golden Tempo, and the Risen Star. Oh, I'm so excited.
Looking strong, and those first 4 winners on the page to begin the month. You saw 4 Derby races in 2 days, and you watched them all live here on FanDuel TV.